What if you had access to all the cards? Unlimited power.
In Vintage, you play Magic the Gathering, but no cards are banned. These are the strongest and most explosive strategies ever.
Don't blink, games could end on turn 1.
You voted in our community tab for one deck to represent each year since Y2K, and we assembled 26 competitive players to play a tournament to qualify for the final rounds.
And now we finally have it. We have a top 8 of what could easily be the most powerful Vintage decks of all time.
And after 7 videos, we'll be finally able to crown the best Vintage deck ever. Simon, I know you have won many things, but you don't have this crown. Because I have it right now. It's mine. I won the last Best Deck Ever series. Commander, watch it, it's great. I'm gracious. Not I give you the crown, I give you a chance to win the crown. This is the Best Deck Ever Vintage final. Let's start.
This deck, it is so good, and I'm ready to beat you with it. How's your hand looking?
Welcome to the Best Deck Ever Series Grand Finals of the Vintage Edition. It is me, your defending champion from the Commander Edition last time, but we're also in the finals to win again. And what could be a better start in this match with a hand that wins on turn 1, no questions asked. We are playing Doomsday. Doomsday is notoriously known for being an insanely reckless combo deck because you only need one card and one card only to win the game, and that is Doomsday. With Doomsday, you can basically stack the rest of your library, which contains 5 cards, and then once you draw one card, you win the game. And this is exactly what our starting hand promises. We have a Doomsday, we have a way to cast it, and we have something to draw a card. That's it, average, I would say. I'll keep.
You're such a liar. I keep my hand as well.
I don't know, wait. You know? Time is money, and re-inspect your time. I respect your time. You don't need to do an interview. I will start with an underground scene. Sit back, relax. Can we get popcorn? Can we get this man some popcorn? Because you're just watching. I will play a Black Lotus. Cool card. I can sacrifice it. He's a good player, he knows what's happening. It makes 3 mana of any kind. I will choose blue. Then, for a black mana, I will cast a Dark Ritual, which on 1 black mana makes 3 black mana. So now you can see 3 blue, 3 black. Very neat. I will cast a Doomsday. Doomsday costs 3 red mana. Search your library and graveyard for 5 cards and exile the rest. I only need 5 cards. Lose half your life, then those 5 cards become my new library. Everything else is exiled.
So you lose like almost your entire deck.
Except for 5 cards. This is my library. I am at 10 life. At the end of this road, I'm gonna be at 2 life. You're so close to winning. I will even be so gracious and show you my library because it doesn't matter. One of those blue I will use to cast a Gitaxian Pro. I could pay 2 life, but my life is precious. I actually need it in this case. So I'm gonna look at your hand and draw a card. Actually, I'm not gonna look at your hand. We've been that far. No interviews, no hands. I really don't care, but I draw a card. And then I draw a Street Wraith. Now it's a 3/4 with Swamp Walk, but it also has cycling, which means I can discard it and pay 2 life to draw a card. There, it's 8. And then we do it again. 6, and then we do it again. 4, and then we do it again. 2, and there's this Fastest Oracle, 2 blue left, 1/3 Merfolk Wizard. It has a lot of text involving scries and devotion and all this stuff, but basically I will explain it to you the easiest way. If I have no library, I win the game. Next game?
Next game.
Did you have fun in this match?
So now that I have a game where I actually get to play a turn, it's time to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Simon Nielsen. You might know me from winning this tournament, or this tournament, or this tournament, or this tournament. The Best Deck Ever Series Vintage is about making the best plays with the best decks. So that's why they called me in. And I'm trying to win this tournament with the best deck that Vintage has ever seen, in my opinion. This is the Shops deck of 2019. Mishra's Workshop has been in Vintage for such a long time. It's a land that makes 3 mana you can only spend on artifacts, but there are a lot of artifacts that disrupt your opponent that I want to play early, and then I want to play a bomb that finishes the game. And in 2019, we got the best of those bombs with Karn the Great Creator and Mystic Forge that can easily finish a game, and I can play them as soon as turn 1.
Simon, I have good news. You have chance for an interview now.
Because I go first and I get to actually look at my hand here. My opening hand here isn't quite as explosive as the deck can be, but it does have a Sphere of Resistance, which can slow down the game, and then it has the Karn and the Mystic Forge to close that door. That's pretty good.
Unfortunately, I can't keep that. We do have Doomsday and we even have a Mox, but we also have 2 Street Wraiths, so we don't actually know what our starting hand is going to be. And in order to win a game on the draw, we need to do much better, so we have to take a mulligan. And that's it, we have a Force of Will. That is the card I'm looking for because I can say no to any really threatening card that Simon plays. And then in addition to that, I can cast a Necropotence turn 1 to refuel my hand and then probably win the next turn. That hand is amazing. I will accept these 6 cards, put 1 card on the bottom, and you may start your first turn. Maybe your last one, who knows?
My last one. I don't think so this time. Gonna start off with a Wasteland here. This is a land I can sacrifice to destroy a non-basic land. So don't play any of those. Then I'll play Soul Ring, one of the most famous cards ever. This one, 1 mana artifact, taps to add 2 mana.
Seen that card maybe once or twice.
Sure. Does it resolve?
It does, yeah.
Okay, nice. Then I have another one here. One of my main lock pieces, Sphere of Resistance, 2 mana artifact, all spells cost 1 more.
I'm fine with you having mana. I'm not fine with you shutting my plan off. So I'm gonna Force of Will your Sphere of Resistance, meaning it is countered. And instead of paying 5 mana, I will exile a blue card and lose 1 life.
Counters my Sphere of Resistance. That's the nature of Vintage. There are 3 counter spells. At least in your deck. My deck has none.
Okay.
That's why I'm the hero of the people.
Yeah, right. The prison deck, the hero of the people.
All right, so your turn with your tiny hand.
Draw.
I mean your 4-card hand, because you're forced on a mulligan 6.
The mental warfare is strong in you. My plan is to play the Necropotence and draw a lot of cards. But I just drew a Street Wraith, and the question is, do I cycle that before? Because there are some draws that make my hand much better, right? If I draw a Mox or a Black Lotus or anything like this, I can have a better decision. But also, it costs me 2 life. And once I play Necropotence, 2 life means 2 cards instead of 1. So I think on this one, it's better to keep the Street Wraith in hand and then maybe have a draw for when I cast Doomsday and draw more cards out of the Necropotence to find the Force of Will, find the Doomsday or any card that interacts and go from there. My land for turn is an Underground Sea, which unfortunately is kind of doomed, but at least it will what it needs to do, 1 black mana to cast a Dark Ritual. And then I have 3 black mana. I will cast a card that costs 3 black, which is not Doomsday, but equally as powerful, I will cast a Necropotence. Only 1, it's restricted. I skip my draw step. Well, that doesn't sound very powerful, but the powerful part is now I can pay 1 life to remove a card. And then at the end of the turn, I'll get it to my hand. So instead of drawing, I can draw everything right now. And I'm playing on drawing too. So the question remains, how many cards do I draw from the Necropotence? Because I do have to discard at the end of turn and I want to make use of all of my cards, but I also want to draw enough cards to find the cards I need. So do I draw 5? Do I draw 15? Kind of rough, and it kind of depends on what you're feeling. Since we're looking for specific cards and multiple of those, I think we have to draw many cards. We're not drawing in our draw step, so that means we want the game to end quickly instead of dragging it out. So I'm gonna pay a huge amount of life now and hopefully find what I need. 8. I'm planning to draw 12 cards.
Exile the top 12 and then go into your hand end of turn.
Yes, now it's my end of turn. I will take those to my hand. I will have to discard because my hand size is still 7, but I get the best 7 out of 14. I'll discard all of these because of Necropotence. They're exiled.
Sure.
And it's your turn.
Let's see if I draw something good. So on this turn, it might be tempting to use Wasteland to kill Thoralf's Underground Sea. I'm not using it for mana anyways. But it's really important that you think not about just this turn, but also the turn after. See, if I just have a Trinity Sphere in play, I need to follow that up with something, because eventually Thoralf is going to start playing his cards. And the thing I want to play next turn is Karn the Great Creator. Mishra's Workshop, though, doesn't help cast Karn, because it's not an artifact. So I need the 4th mana I get from my Wasteland to play the Karn. And that's why I'm not going to use it right now. Next turn, I can go Karn and get a Pith Needle to shut down the Necropotence, which could lock Thoralf out of the game. So, I told you not to play any non-basic lands, and you went ahead and did it anyways.
I had no choice.
That's fine though. I'm going to play an Inventor's Fair. This is a really cool land that I gain 1 life every upkeep if I have 3 artifacts. That's kind of whatever. And then I can pay 4 mana to sacrifice it and search my deck for any artifact to put it in my hand. So it's nice that my land base gives me access to whichever artifact I need. Luckily, I have the artifact I need just right here. I'll play a Trinisphere, another restricted card in Vintage. This card is so powerful for these stacks style decks where it says, as long as this is in play and untapped, all cards cost at least 3 mana. No Moxen, they're gonna be 3 mana. Force of Will, 3 mana. Daze, 3 mana. You can try and Daze here, but I still have a mana up to pay for it.
Before that resolves, I will try to find a counterspell because I'll be honest, I don't have any. I will cycle a Street Wraith, which costs me 2 life and draws a fresh card. If this is a Force of Will, I'm winning the game. It's not. It resolves.
You don't have any lands that tap for more than 1 mana. I know that you can't cast any spells next turn, so I just pass the turn.
So you're saying instead of 2 turns I need until I get 3 mana, I actually need 3 turns.
Yes.
I will untap. I will not draw because Necropotent says you don't draw anymore, which in hindsight makes me a little worried because I really would like to draw a card now.
Yeah.
It would have been nice for you to tell me that I need my lands before I discard all of them.
Well, nice Simon is gone. This is only villain Simon now.
Okay, I will not do anything because it costs
because it costs 3.
I will play my land for turn. And then I need to find more lands. Because the price of lands have gone up in this economy, I will have to pay life to get them. And I don't have much to spare, so I'm gonna pay 1 life to exile 1 card. And at the end of turn, put it into my hand.
Okay. That's the power of Trinisphere.
I don't like this feeling. It's kind of not nice to not give your opponent a chance to play the game.
You say that? All right, I'm gonna play the namesake card of my deck, Mishra's Workshop. So this is a land that taps to add 3 mana that I can only spend on artifact spells. I was gonna play Karn, but actually I drew an even better card. I'll play Walking Ballista for 6 mana, so that's X equals 3. This one says it enters the battlefield with X, so 3 counters on it, and I can remove a counter to deal 1 damage to any target.
Yep.
Which, conveniently with your life total, that's pretty good here, I would say. You're at 4.
Yep.
So that means if you fetch, you die.
Yep.
I'm going to wasteland your Underground Sea.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
I'm gonna not draw a card.
Sure.
I'm gonna play my land.
Uh-huh.
And pass the turn.
I'll take my turn, draw my card, and attack you for 3.
Ow.
Ping you for 1.
More ow.
Yet another victory for the Walking Ballista.
Since this is the grand final, we are playing a best of 5. That means whoever wins 3 games first wins the match. But that also means we're not gonna sideboard after game 1, we only sideboard now after game 2. And looking at my sideboard, I bring in 4 cards that are immensely powerful because they counter any artifact, no questions asked, for 1 blue mana. And those Steel Sabotages are a major game changer because I don't need to spend 2 cards with the Force of Wills. I can just bounce anything in addition to that. I'm really happy and this should give me a big advantage.
So as you can see, both of our decks are incredibly good at winning when they're on the play. The issue is, I'm going to be on the draw in 3 out of those 5 games. And so if I want to win this series, I need to win one of these games where I'm on the draw. We look to our sideboard to see what we can change about that. And in my case, I actually don't have any good cards to bring in. That's okay, because the power of my deck is in my main deck. And I'm gonna be totally comfortable just submitting my same main deck again. I don't have any cards that are so bad, I don't want to draw them ever. So, we're just gonna trust in the plan and see if we can steal a game on the draw. Okay, game 3, post board. I hope you got a bunch of upgrades.
Oh, yeah.
I sure did.
I have a question, Simon. Do you believe at the end of day? Because there's a lot of doom.
The end is nigh.
Yes. It has no land, it has multiple Doomsdays. There's just nothing we can work with, so we have to take a mulligan. Do you keep?
I keep my hand. This is the type of hand I'm looking for. It has explosive mana, it has ways to lock down the game, and it has a bomb that can finish the game. So I'm all set.
All right, I'll draw. We have a lot of permission, but we also have a secret winning line that unlocks after sideboarding because we did actually take out the second Thassa's Oracle. That means we only have 1 Oracle left in our deck. We are not afraid that it gets countered because Simon doesn't play any interaction. And that means if we now put it on the bottom, we can look for it with Demonic Consultation. Since it's our last card, we won't have cards left in the library. And that means we're gonna win the game with only 1 black mana instead of 3 for casting Doomsday. I will put down these cards and then we're off to the races. And I am a slow burner, so I'll play a snow-covered island and pass the turn.
I guess I can't wasteland that. Sequencing matters. We're playing Vintage, and there are free counterspells all over the place, and every bit of information you give can make a huge difference. I have this mana crypt that I really want to resolve, but I can't let Thoralf know that he should use a Force of Will on this one. Normally, I would play the mana crypt before I play my land, because it hides the information of how explosive my land drop is. It's just a wasteland, so once Thoralf sees that, he knows that I can't follow up with that much more mana if he counters the mana crypt. However, because his list also plays Daze, which counters a spell unless I pay 1, I still have to play the wasteland first so that I can pay for the 1. I'll start by playing a wasteland, but it's completely useless against your island.
Good island.
I'll play a mana crypt.
When you play against those decks that are divided between making mana and using the mana, you will eventually face the question, what do I counter? Do I counter the stuff that makes mana, so they can't even cast the spells? Or are you relying on them having all the mana and then you counter the 1 or 2 things that they could do with it? It's not really clear cut in either way because they might draw one or the other. But I think in this case, we want to allow Simon to play all of his mana because the deck is so dense on the stuff that makes mana, right? Grim Monolith, Moxen, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, you name it, Mishra's Workshop. He plays cards that make cards more expensive, so naturally he plays a lot of mana. And then we focus on these few key cards that might actually win the game, like Karn, like Mystic Forge, and that should buy us a lot of time to get to the point where we might win the game. It's hard, but I think we're gonna let that resolve.
Mana Crypt is a 0 mana artifact that taps for 2 mana, so even better than Soul Ring. But it has the downside that at the beginning of your upkeep, I have to flip a coin, and then I take 3 damage if I lose the flip.
I feel it has the upside of beginning of upkeep, we play something fun.
Then I'll tap it to play Grim Monolith, a 2 mana artifact that taps for 3 mana, but it does not untap during my untap step.
If I don't counter Mana Crypt, Grim Monolith is fine.
And I have even another ritual here. This is a Mana Vault, so it's very much the same as Grim Monolith, but costs 1 mana less and is also restricted for that reason. So this is a 1 mana artifact that taps to add 3 and also doesn't untap, but also deals me 1 damage every time it's tapped. And I'm going to spend 4 of that mana to play a Lodestone Golem. So this is another restricted card that's so good for these artifact decks. This is a 4 mana 5/3 that says non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. And obviously my deck is full of artifacts, and Thoralf's deck, not so much.
Yeah, that's a creature that hits for 5. It's too powerful, so I am gonna counter it. I will show you a Force of Will and exile a Gachexian Probe, and I lose 1 life.
Fair enough. Lodestone Golem is gone. Still have 2 mana left, so I can play this Sphere of Resistance.
Mana left?
I have no mana left.
Oh, would you like to pay 1 more? Daze it up. Daze it up. Counter target spell unless the controller pays 1.
Well, I do not have 1. And I may not even have won this game. It's your turn.
Well, it's Groundhog Day. I'm gonna play Snowbound Island and it's your turn. Upkeep.
Things happen in upkeep. The first thing is that the Mana Crypt here will deal me 1 damage.
Ding!
And then we get to play a game.
All right, hold on. We at Cardmarket have specifically for you designed the Mana Crypt Simon Nielsen wheel.
Whoa. Wow, that's okay. That is high tech. Start the wheel.
Yay!
Okay, I take 3 damage. I'll draw for my turn.
Go for it.
Okay. So I'll play a Voltaic Key. This is a 1 mana artifact. I can pay 1 to untap another target artifact.
Okay.
Okay, 1 floating. I will untap my Mana Vault. I'm left with just a Karn, Sign of Ursa, and a Mystic Forge. Both are powerful cards. I can only play one of them this turn and the other one next turn. But whichever one I place first is more likely to get countered if Thoralf does have a counterspell in hand. He might also be close to comboing, so I have to take that into consideration as well. If I play my Mystic Forge first and it resolves, that means he probably has a combo soon, and it's nice to get the Forge in play to dig towards more hate pieces faster. Whereas if the Forge gets countered, then I can follow up with a Karn against his mostly empty hand, and the construct tokens probably had time to beat him down. So I'll play a Mystic Forge.
Simon is playing a Mystic Forge. Yes, I do want to counter that card, but I also have the option to play a Brainstorm before. Now that leaves me with the dilemma, if I don't find anything, I cannot counter that Mystic Forge, and believe me, I really do want to, but I also want to win the game. And the problem is, if the game goes on, Simon will eventually find something that wins the game. We have to prove that we can win the game because we can't stall. So that means I probably want to cast Brainstorm before, get more information about my library, what I draw, what I don't draw. I have a fetch land to then shuffle, and then find another blue card that can let me counter that Mystic Forge. Before we decide what happens to that Mystic Forge, I'm gonna play a Brainstorm, meaning I'm gonna draw 3 and then put 2 back.
Okay, the Desperation Brainstorm looking for an answer.
Put 2 back, let the Brainstorm resolve, and I think that's too much value, so I'm gonna Force of Negation it, meaning just like Force of Will, I can exile a blue card from my hand. This one doesn't cost life, but it counters actually exiles target non-creature spell.
Yep, that's my turn. I pass.
I keep on only having an island and less cards in my hand.
Yeah, even less and less. I'm happy with these exchanges.
I'll draw the card that I know, I'll play an Underground Sea, and pass the turn.
So these don't untap, and it's time to spin the wheel. Okay, no damage. I draw for turn. All right, so I'll start my turn by just getting rid of your Underground Sea here, sacrificing my Wasteland.
Before you do that, I will add 2 blue mana to my mana pool because I might need them, and I will cast a Gush. This is yet another card that costs mana, but I will play it for free because I can return 2 islands to my hand.
Yet another restricted card as well.
Yes, to draw 2 cards. So your Wasteland doesn't do anything.
I guess I'll just pass priority to second main to let your mana go away.
Yes, I have to spend it now. I won't, so I'm out of mana.
Then I'll play another Wasteland. And use Mana Crypt to and Voltaic to untap the Mana Vault here. And that's 4 mana for me. And I'll play Karn, but not the one you think.
Oh!
This is Karn, Scion of Ursa. And these are the days before Ursa Saga got printed. We had to, go to a 4 mana Planeswalker to make construct tokens. You can also draw some cards eventually, but the first thing I'm going to do is -2 and make a construct token, which has power and toughness equal to the amount of artifacts I control. All right, Thoralf, you have no permanence.
I've gotten used to it. For yet the 3rd time in this match, I'm gonna play a snow-covered island as my first land for turn. But he found a friend, and the friend is a Black Lotus.
Ooh.
Add 3 mana of any color to my mana pool if I want to sack it, but I have nothing to do with it. So I'm gonna save it for later.
That certainly recoups all the mana disadvantage you had.
Yep.
These untap, I take 1 damage from Mana Vault, and then roll the wheel. No damage, okay.
Mana Crypt really isn't fair if your opponent doesn't take any damage from it.
Sure, I'll play a Mox Ruby. Taps for a red mana, but it's also just an extra artifact to my army. And I'll activate Karn, make another construct, yet another artifact for the field, and attack you for 7. And I will pass the turn. What is it?
So I have good news and bad news. Bad news, I'm not gonna win this turn, I promise.
That's not how it works.
I promise. Good news, I'm gonna draw a card to maybe save the day. I'm gonna play a Portent.
Okay.
Now if you know Ponder, it's kind of like Ponder, only weird. Look at the top 3 card of target player's library, you or me. Then I can put them back in any order, and then I can shuffle and draw a card, but only at the beginning of the next upkeep. I'm gonna choose myself. So I'm gonna look at my top 3. I'm gonna arrange them like this. Not draw a card now, but play a fetch land and pass the turn.
Okay, so before you get to draw that card, I'm going to use my Voltaic key, untap this Mana Vault, so I don't take any more damage from that.
Yep.
And go to my turn. So, it's time to spin the wheel!
Yay! Wait, I'm winning! My life total is higher. Okay, I will offer you a draw.
Draw off your Ponder, that's the draw you get.
Okay, good card.
That works. Okay, no damage from Mana Vault, and I draw for turn. Alright, I guess I'll start by ticking up Karn. This means I exile the top, or reveal the top 2 cards of my deck, and you choose which one goes in my hand. The other one goes into exile with a silver counter. We'll get to that later. And I have a Grim Monolith, and this Walking Ballista, which kills you. Well, I guess my board kills you.
Should I do an interview on which card to take?
No, you don't get to do an interview.
Ah, Fair enough. This card goes to your hand.
Okay, I'll take the monolith. This one goes in exile with a silver counter. It looks like this. Play another artifact here, so I'll play my Grim Monolith.
Yes.
And then these constructs are 8/8s, so they'll roll on in.
Ah, this is so sad. I actually drew the card I needed from the portent. The problem is the portent didn't draw in my turn. It drew in your turn, and I would have won the game otherwise. I drew a demonic consultation. Now, the reason I would have won is because from the mulligan, I know that this is a fastest oracle. Unfortunately, I cannot cast it because it's not my main phase, and I have to find something to survive. So I'm gonna crack this Black Lotus and make black mana.
Just like the name.
Yes, and cast a demonic consultation. I can now name a card. I remove the top 6 cards of my library. They're gone forever. And then I reveal until I hit that card, get that to my hand. The rest is also exiled. I'm gonna name the only card that saves me. It's Steel Sabotage. It bounces one of your constructs. So I'm gonna exile those 6. They're gone. And now we're gonna exile until we hit a Steel Sabotage.
Okay, how far down is it? Was he brought an opposition agent?
There it is. Cards exiled. Don't matter. And now I actually have to pay for the Steel Sabotage, which is unfortunately not black. It's blue. I'm gonna fetch. Lose 1 life. Get an Underground Sea. And then cast a Steel Sabotage on one of the constructs. Choosing the mode. Turn target artifact to its owner's hand.
It's gone.
Unfortunately, that will still leave me with 7 damage, but I still have hope.
You may have a bit of hope, but my Wasteland Sea is a juicy target, and I'm going to kill off this Underground Sea.
Okay, it's good.
Guess I can just play my Mishra's Workshop and pass the turn.
It looks dire. I can show you my hand. If I draw the right card, I still win the game.
Is it Ancestral Recall?
Let's see.
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
Okay, let's cast the pre game. Scry 2, draw a card. Well, not those.
Oh, Doomsday doesn't even work.
Okay, that's good. Yep, I'll not even play it. It's your turn.
Spin the wheel one last time. Take 1 3 damage, and I draw my card. Just gonna attack you with this big construct token.
Yeah, it's good. You broke the surf.
I take the game.
You take the game.
Are you enjoying this? Because I loved that last game. Both of these decks are Banana Town, and I was really lucky to get to play in this tournament. But you can too. We worked hard with Magic Online to bring you this very tournament with these same decks for you to play, and it's starting now. Magic Online is the OG gaming platform for Magic the Gathering and is personally an app I have spent thousands of hours on. You can play Pauper, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Draft, and now the best deck ever Vintage series. For the next week, you can join a tournament there that is just like the one you are watching us play with the decks we are playing right now. And just for participating, you will get a Colossal Dreadmaw avatar that you can use forever. And if you win your 3rd match, getting the crown, you will win a custom exclusive Colossal Dreadmaw with crown avatar to show off your vintage chops to all. In the link below, you will find information to downloading the app along with the tournament structure and how to use the Cardmarket code, which will give you 1 free tournament. But for now, in the meantime, let's find out who wins this crown.
Considering how destructive Wasteland is, as you can see from the game, I think we're gonna have to board in the 2nd snow-covered island to be a little more proof, because we only need this few amount of mana to win the game, but we actually do need it, and I don't want my lands to get destroyed. So we're gonna board out the opposition agent and bring another basic land to stabilize my mana.
The Sorcerer's Spyglass in my sideboard can be a disruptive hate piece that is fast enough only when I'm under play. So I'm going to bring that one in. This is something you can do with your Karn the Great Creator decks, where if you have a card in your sideboard that is meant to be tutored up, but you think you're getting it so rarely, you might as well board it in so you have a chance of drawing it sometimes, at least in a game so it can come down fast enough.
Okay, that is really unfortunate. I was hoping to not lose that game.
I need to win 1 more to win the series. My sleeves are all up. I'm so ready. I'm focused. I'm in my zone.
Unfortunately, at this point, I have to tell you, with only 1 win away from the crown, we're gonna show you the grand prize of the best deck ever series Vintage, which you may look at and never win, hopefully. No, don't touch it.
Almost.
Don't touch my crown. I'll keep. This starting hand doesn't look impressive. We have a Doomsday that's really expensive and 2 counter spells. Where is the Vintage? Where is the fast mana and the card draw? but I tell you, this hand is amazing. We have 2 counter spells for only 1 mana, and then turn 4 we can cast Doomsday, cycle, win the game. We have 2 protection spells and a win. Why would we mulligan?
Yeah, I definitely can't keep this one. This hand has the disruptive pieces and the big bombs, but it doesn't have the explosive mana that I would need to keep a hand like this and keep up with the Doomsday deck on the draw. So I'm going to have to mulligan and try and find something better. Okay. Yes, that's it. This hand is way more explosive. It doesn't have a disruptive piece, but because it has so much mana, Mystic Forge is going to be incredible. I have to decide to put back a card, and I choose to put back the Grim Monolith instead of Walking Ballista, because I have so much mana anyways, I might not need the extra ones, and if it does have a Force of Will to counter the Mystic Forge, I can at least follow up with a Ballista, and maybe it kills him fast enough. Yes. Yes, this one I can keep. I'll put this back, and I'm ready to go.
I will start this game, well, the same way I started the last game, which didn't go as well, but I'm planning to do better with a snow-covered island. Just a basic land that you can't destroy. Your turn.
Wasn't planning to destroy that anyways. I'll draw. Well, I said it before and I'll say it again. This is vintage and sequencing is important. Earlier, I played my land before playing my mana crypt because I had to play around days, but it was awkward because I didn't want my mana crypt to get countered. Now, my hand has so much fast mana that I actually want him to spend a counterspell on this mana crypt, even if it's just a daze, because it puts him behind a turn. So now I'm going to play the mana crypt before playing my land and hopefully bait him into a trap. I have a mana crypt.
What's this again? Wait, now he doesn't play the land before the mana crypt. Simon just played a mana crypt, and remember from the game before, he actually played a wasteland and then a mana crypt, which means he didn't have anything better to play and wanted to be protected by daze. Now the question is, why does he play just the mana crypt now? Obviously there could be a case where he doesn't have any land and it's the most important spell and just closes his eyes and plays it through. But that's Simon. He probably wouldn't even keep that hand. And I can look through it. So we're gonna let it resolve. You know, have your fun with your mana, make all the mana in your world. I'm gonna counter the big stuff. You got it.
Then I'll play a Mana Vault. This is the 1 mana artifact that taps for 3, but doesn't untap during my turn.
Same as Mana Crypt, only worse. You got it.
Alright, then I'll play a Mox Pearl. 0-cost artifact, taps for a white. Lots of mana here. I'll tap my Mana Crypt and play a Mystic Forge.
Okay, that is the thing where I have to intervene. So I'm gonna play a Steel Sabotage. Choose 1, return target artifact to its owner's hand as we saw last game, or counter target artifact spell like this.
Okay, Mystic Forge has been countered.
You had a nice turn, thank you.
I'm not done yet. I'll also play Mox Emerald, the green variety of the Moxen.
Okay.
Play a Tolarian Academy. So now I still have 6 mana. Thoralf didn't bite with the Steel Sabotage and I ended up losing my Mystic Forge. But I still have a Walking Ballista that I can play for 3 because I still have 6 mana left on this turn. The issue is that if I tap completely out and play it for 6, it's at risk of getting dazed because I can't pay the 1 mana and I'll lose my only threat. So normally I would just play the Ballista for x equals 2 to have the 1 mana up. But this is a spot where it's so important to think about the future turns. The Ballista is good because it is a quick clock and I can finish the game before he can win with Doomsday. If I play it as x equals 3, then next turn I can put 2 counters on it, attack 5. The turn after put 2 counters on it and attack for 7. Difference between 17 and 19 damage is a huge difference in this case. So I'm just going to hope that he doesn't have the daze because I need my Ballista to kill him 1 turn quicker. This is 10 mana I'm going to be spending on turn 1 because I'll play a Ballista for 3.
Okay, that is a clock if I've ever seen one. So I'm gonna play just a Polluted Delta and pass the turn again.
I'll take a damage from my Mana Vault and then spin the wheel. No damage. Draw. Oh.
Ah.
That changes everything. So I'm gonna start by attacking you for 3.
No blocks.
Okay, but I'm not done there. I'm going to tap my Tolarian Academy for 5 mana and pump this once.
Resolves.
And twice.
That would mean this is a 5/5 creature and that's way too much that I can handle. So in response, I'm gonna have to cast another Steel Sabotage, this time for the mode of bouncing an artifact, namely this Walking Ballista. you may do something.
I can then have the opportunity to shoot you 3 times. Just get a little bit more damage out of my ballista.
Yes.
And I return this to hand. I actually drew a pretty nice card for replaying it because I drew my Mishra's Workshop. Yeah, this is so much mana still. So I can still play a ballista for 2.
I was planning on having that 1 turn more. At the end of turn, I will crack my polluted delta, get an underground sea, and enter my turn.
Okay.
The most important turn yet. Ooh, exciting!
Wait, what is that?
I will cast a Preordain.
Oh, exciting! Ooh.
Preordain, 1 blue, scry 2, then draw a card. 3 cards I get to look at that might help me out.
Sure.
I will win next turn. The only problem is, between Doomsday halving my life total and the Street Wraith paying 2 more life, that walking ballista is a real problem. Fortunately, I found Thassa's Oracle, which not only lets me select more cards from my library, it also is a creature that blocks and then goes to my graveyard. Because what people often forget, Doomsday doesn't only count the cards in your library, you can also take cards from your graveyard to form a new 5-card pile. Beautiful. I'm gonna put this one to the bottom, this one on top, and then draw the card that I put there. I'll play an Underground Sea, and maybe this is not the way of intending the card, but do you remember when I played Thassa's Oracle and skipped all the part that wasn't winning the game? This is what we're doing now.
Oh, teach me, what does it do?
When Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the devotion to blue, though in this case 2, and then I can put 1 card to the top and 1 card to the bottom. And then if my devotion to blue is bigger than my library, which is not, I win the game. But this case, I'm not. So I'm gonna put 1 card on the bottom and 1 card on the top, and I have the best blocker on earth.
Sure is.
Go ahead.
Okay, well the 1/3 kind of changes the clock once again. I'm gonna take a pain from Mana Vault, and then it's time to spin that wheel!
Okay.
Okay, let me see here. Can do... Wait a minute. I just won the game. As long as I just do nothing, I'm good to win this. It made a lot of sense that Thoralf played the Thassa's Oracle last turn, because he needs the blocker to keep his life total higher and potentially resolve his Doomsday. I'm pretty sure that he only has 1 Thassa's Oracle in his deck. The reason is, last game, he showed me the Thassa's Oracle that he wanted to combine with Demonic Consultation. But that play only works if he only has 1 Oracle in his deck, so he must have bought 1 out. And if he doesn't have an Oracle in his deck, or graveyard, or hand, if it's stuck on the battlefield, the Doomsday doesn't actually win. He has no way in his list to bounce his own Oracle, no way to kill it. So if I just don't attack and doesn't let him get it into graveyard by chump blocking with it, I think I just got this locked up. Hopefully we'll take key.
Sure.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay, not even attacking?
No.
Why? I will fetch for an Underground Sea. And so how big is the ballista?
I can get it to a 5/5.
I don't die to it when I cast Doomsday. I see my mistake. I have a slight issue. I have a creature I don't want. I think that was the best no attack in history. I need this card in my graveyard. And you knew this!
I need to go along.
I'm trying to think, but I don't have anything left. I could try, you know? I'll cast an Ancestral Recall on myself. Good draw step.
That's pretty good.
By the
1
way-
mana, draw 3 cards.
Yeah. I will cycle a Street Wraith, lose 2, draw a card. I will cycle another Street Wraith, lose 2, draw a card. I have Dooms for days. Yeah, go.
End of turn, untap my Mana Vault.
Yeah.
Then this one taps for 6, 8, 11, 12. So I'll pump the ballista 3 times.
I honestly think there's probably only a handful of people in the world that I would have lost to in this game.
Oh, you met one of those
Carl,
handfuls.
why didn't you invite one of those?
I take a damage from Mana Vault. Spin the wheel. I take 3. Pass.
Yeah, I will draw a card, and pass the turn. Simon, do me the honors.
I'm gonna untap my Mana Vault.
Yes. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna pump my Ballista 3 times.
Awesome.
It's an 8/8.
Okay.
In response to the triggers,
Yes.
I'll untap my Mana Vault.
Yeah.
Shoot you for 10.
Simon, no. Come here. May you be crowned the new king of vintage.
Yes!
Oh, impressive. Well done. Damn it. Carl, why did you invent Simon?
Oh, because he's really good at magic.
Yeah, but
Can't you see?
Shops wins.